start. This is the home team, sail team Barcelona, who picked up win number 1 in the opening race yesterday. They just came out of nowhere, and they were absolutely pumped about that. The corners seem to be the issue, Glenn.
Yeah, definitely all about the corners, and as it is in a lot of other motor racing and other sailing sports, it's about executing the corners well, and you're wanting to get good average speeds around the track, and getting good average corner speeds what it's all about. So bumpy conditions, needing to get the boats around, so getting that foil down, making sure you've got a good attached flow on that new foil. So unloading the sail plan as that foil goes into the water, get the flow attached on it, turn the boat nice and smoothly, hopefully in a flattish bit of water, and actually then get the old board out unloaded is the key.
Peter, conditions ahead of the start. We're about under 2 minutes away.
This is the umpire's Netherlands boundary penalty. Netherlands boundary penalty.
Just let Richard Slater come in there, another unforced error. I think the key, you know, is the sea state. The wind seems to be down a little bit, but the sea state has not changed, and it's very confused. And the thought going through my mind is we talk a lot about pumping the boundaries, but if you get committed to the boundary line and there's a big sea state running, that's when we're seeing those touchdowns on the edges of the course.
So that's a little jab to the ribs for Yo-Yo Team Dutch Sail. Boundary penalty just before the start. Not what they need.
No, they can't seem to catch a break at the moment. I mean, so much talent and potential on that boat, and just struggling to string it together.
Not sure. 40-hour dipping.
There is your lead team, the Swedish Challenge, powered by Artemis Technologies. So smooth in the last race.
Really important in this last minute to keep the boat on the foils and avoid a big touchdown and a full rebuild. So time on distance now critical for all the teams.
Quite a big bias on the line towards the right-hand side of the screen. Swedish out far to the right-hand side, just being patient, waiting.
Getting faster. 820, great gap. So we're 0.5 deep here. So we're faster now. 0.7.
Sweden building pace.
They should get a nice opening there at the top end of the line, but possibly a little late.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trim out.
It's a go in a race of 4 of Group B, UniCredit Youth America's Cup. All the fleets going.
OCS, you have 2 penalties in 50 metres.
No.
Go catch. Okay, look at here.
Loss of distance there needed by Yo-Yo Team Dutch Sail. They'll have to put their bow down.
1 down. And turning.
Decided to pull those penalties off in attack, so they've got a bit on here. Possibly a big collision, just avoiding. Wow, that was a really, really big spin there. That was very close to being a collision there.
Well, the closest boat to the line legally was the Canadians, are 1.2 meters behind. They're getting the hang of it.
Penalties clear.
And do Team Australia getting off the start line beautifully again. Very, very even between the Canadians, the Swedish and the Australians. So decision here for the Aussies, what they do.
Guys, this just makes sense. Yeah, you're all good. Coming into a big club.
Just having a look at the Dutch team there, just over by half a boat length with a penalty, so a double penalty for them. They've got a bit of work to do, the Dutch team, to get back into this top 3, otherwise they will be cut. But it is the Canadians and the Australians, top right of screen, that are sailing well and currently in control of this race.
I think everyone's just locked in on port here for the next 15 at least.
on board Andu Team Australia.
So I am going to stay at this angle, okay? Yeah, stand by for my board call here. Can we go behind? We're not laying. Negative. Canadians are higher, faster. Coming up slowly.
Great pace of the Canadians. Australia just slipping down.
We're all clear. Racing Canadians, anytime.
Okay. Going in 5. Waiting for the speed. Pressing.
You still got good speed.
Okay, stand by. Forward.
Go, board, go, board. Okay, all clear. Quarter. Light. Yeah, we'll get that. Line up.
The dummy there by the Canadians, so I'll board down, carry on straight, and pull the board out again. So got the Australians to get the tack in, but I don't know if they are laying. If they do lay, they'll be in great shape, but if they don't, they'll have 3 boats behind them to deal with as they try and get through the gate. So
You got the Swedish right under you.
very close race at the top.
Looks very tight for that lay line.
We're starting to roll.
So coming into the top gate in race 4, it looks a bit like rush hour out there, but it will be Andu Team Australia coming in to lead the pack around.
We're gonna have to wait for
Yayo
the
Team Dutch
airline.
Sail in that 6th spot, having to do a lot of work. 1 leg of 4 completed. Australia takes them round, followed closely by the Swedish, the Canadian, Sail Team Barcelona.
Beautiful bear away there by the Swedish.
Spanish around. In comes AC Team Germany. But he's feeling better about themselves this time around. Getting up and sailing hard.
One, coming down. Slow.
I need to go down.
Okay, dig it.
And in comes Yayo Team Dutch Sail. They are on the cusp. They need big points, and they've got a long way to haul the rest of the fleet in. But we know, one moment at the front, everything can change.
Oh, an event there by Yayo Team Dutch Sail. That's going to be painful. That's a big rebuild there at the top end of the course, so they're going to lose some further distance there, down to 18 knots of boat speed, now 15, so they've got a big distance to make up.
Let's go on board with Peter Lesser. It's like a drag race between 1 and 2, Peter.
Yeah, and they're probably the 2 most impressive teams out there, the Swedish and the Australians, evenly matched. They really do look pacey.
The
And they're
umpire
quick.
Spain penalty relative to Canada.
More penalties on the course, but the first and second to me are the 2 class acts out here in this fleet.
Absolutely ripping downwind here, both boats. 37, 38 knots of boat speed, right on the edge of grip.
Gap up slightly, be fast. Copy. Anytime. Going in. 2, 1. Holding a bit. Yeah. Going now. Yeah. 2, 1. 4 down. Slow turn. Third invert.
Andu Team Australia repeat, unfortunately, of that last race. So the Swedish there just blowing straight by. Big rebuild there for the Aussies.
Let's go right. Heading up early here, I think 2 boards.
I suppose you were the coach, you would have been thinking, you would have been screaming, I thought you would have learned. So that opens the gate now for the other teams who are following Andu Team Australia.
We're down in the 4 down. Slow turn. Third invert.
Both teams there holding it through, but the Swedes just doing a better job.
And haven't they just, because they lead the team, they lead the fleet around, Glenn.
2 good rounds for Sweden, keeping it safe.
Big gains on this one. Right
The-
in here.
The fast improving boat is Sail Team Barcelona. Top gate sitting in, I think it was 4th position, now in position 2 as they go around that left-hand mark, as you said, and complete 2 legs of 4. Andu Team Australia have recovered.
Holding 2.
Oh, wow. Corners for them, Glenn. And nipping up on the inside There's Concord Pacific Racing from Canada. The Germans are around as well. They'll move into position 4.
These manoeuvres really, really tricky here. Australians having to dig their way back into this race. They're sailing the boat well in a straight line.
Right side looks like good pressure. Copy.
Bottom of the course is definitely bumpier. I think it's quite near the shore. Waves are bouncing off, causing all kinds of havoc.
Not over yet. Yayo Team Dutch South. Last boat around the bottom mark, and up they go for leg number 3 of 4. Lots of work to do, but look what we've seen.
Lock it in, boys. Holding 2.
Yeah, just getting really high there on the foils. Not being able to get the load onto that new foil and just having to unload the sail plan a little more, a little bit of traveller management just to get that new foil into the water and attach flow.
Big day for the trimmers.
Huge day for all the trimmers today. Really, really tricky conditions, and the autopilot struggling to keep up with what's going on as well. So the Swedes really stretching out.
Of course, used for flight control, not driving the boat.
10 to 1 coming in here. Target is 27. Up with that call. Point I can.
Germans slipping their way through. A couple of boats there as well, Shirley, so looks like they're learning fast on the job.
They're much more together, aren't they, in this race?
A big pressure coming in. And lefty. Good pressure now.
We continue for a bit and then we tack.
Can we go try all the way, Maro?
Yeah, maybe one and then. Can you get a bit of a high mode?
Yeah.
It's quite hard to do one and then.
It looked like flat ahead, so...
Yeah. Let's continue here.
This is a big performance by AC Team Germany, considering they were last in the last 2 races, and then Sail Team Barcelona again have snuck through the field while everybody makes the mistakes and sitting in position 2. Remember, they have a win already on the board, and they've dropped below the cut line, so 7 points could be a monstrous move on the table for the locals.
Been impressed by the Canadians. Just watch this top mark rounding. Each time they come and do that quite hard manoeuvre around the top mark, they just wait their moment. Sometimes it looks like they overlay a little bit, but they just wait till they get a flat spot on the water. And I think overall that is reflecting. They seem to be sailing the boat way within themselves to make sure they just get good solid points over the fleet.
Big moment, leaders Swedish challenge off the foils.
This is the moment it happened. Going for the tack.
Yeah, just bow there, getting caught up in a wave and then a slower turn. So washing a lot of speed off, getting a lot of aero drag out the back, even further flying the bow up. So really tricky conditions, but they've managed to hang on to the lead here coming into the top. So they'll be looking to hang on down this final downwind.
Good recovery by the points leaders in Group B, the Swedish Challenge powered by Artemis Technologies. One more leg to go, and they're heading towards the finish. Can they bag win number 2 today? Don't count your chickens in this AC40 racing. One moment can cost you. Sail Team Barcelona coming in position 2, followed closely by Concord Pacific Racing out of Canada. They're just quietly banking the points, the Canadians.
Some loose moments there on board the Spanish.
115, 130.
Sail Team Barcelona coming into round the right-hand mark as you see it, followed by Andu Team Australia and Yayo Team Dutch Sail. Have made up some ground, but they have got a lot of ground to make up if they want to be in a high point scoring position.
I'm sure all these teams will be well aware of the points, but the Australian team and the Spanish boat are on equal points in third position. So currently for the Spanish, this is a critical moment. This is a big race. If they can hold on to this position.
I will. What did that be? 2, 1.
Well, they've managed to get through the jibe cleanly, the Spanish, so really nice jibe there. Pressure on the Australians now have also pulled off their jibe, so some big moments here on this downwind for all the teams, pushing hard, valuable points on the table.
So clear leader at this point, Swedish Challenge, powered by Artemis Technologies, on course for their second win and a big points lead in Group B. Remember, the other group is Group A, the America's Cup teams, and the big points there, Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli.
Great pace on the Barcelona boat, over 38 knots.
Yeah, that's ripping downwind in this sea state. Barcelona team just on the edge of control. Fantastic ride there they'll be having.
Good save, they just need to get across the line.
Oh, Canada. Hold on.
And they're off the foils too now, the Canadians. Full rebuild for them as well. They've absolutely done the handbrake turn there.
And in the meantime, 2 in a row for the Swedish Challenge, powered by Artemis, turning into the team to beat in Group B. Bang! 10 more points, folks. We'll take it.
2, 1, roll up. Keep sailing a bit to the left here. Yeah, over that.
But they're all steaming in for the minor positions.
Germany have had a big touchdown, Stephen, to the right-hand side of the screen. So big race on now for that third position.
This could be a game changer here, points-wise for Sail Team Barcelona. They'll pick up 7 points. Remember, they were only just behind Andu Team Australia. Who's going to get there first for position 3? Who's got the advantage? Wait for it. It's either AC Germany or Andu Team Australia. Andu Team Australia coming to the line, and they get the points. But what a race, and what a comeback by AC Team Germany, getting points.
Well, it was a big battle there for that third place finish, so potentially extremely valuable points there for both those top 3 teams. So Dutch coming into the finish here, Stephen.
And Yo-Yo Team Dutch Sail, they will be shaking their heads. They will be looking for answers as to why penalties, OCS, boundary penalties start the race and just couldn't haul the fleet in. And Concord Pacific Racing was sort of stuck about halfway up the course. They have thrown points away.
They went from a really solid position there right at the pointy end of the fleet to having a big touchdown in that jibe, and that has cost them dearly, and they will be bringing it home in last position.
They were sitting in second position coming to this race, the Canadians, and that's again, look, it feels like a much smaller version of the 75s, because we know how they can fly on the edge, but the consequence here is so much greater, particularly with the points loading.
It is, and the pressure of pulling off these manoeuvres absolutely right up there, every tack and jibe, and the Canadians there will be disappointed with dropping so many places and so many points, surely. Not many races to go now to make that cut.
Oscar.